In this video, I'm gonna tell you guys 10 tips and tricks on how to push your rank fast and win matches in Battle Royale rank matches. So without wasting any more time, first let's start with tip number 1. Before going into the match, it's very important to select a good loadout. In the loadout, there are two categories, the survival category and the basic category. From the survival category, I'd recommend you guys to select either the bonfire or the bounty token. And now from the basic category, I'd highly recommend you guys to choose the scanner. The scanner is very useful when landing because it will show you if any enemies are landing nearby. Now when talking about landing, it's very important to land in a good and safe spot if you're planning on pushing your rank. If you land on a busy spot, there could be a high chance that you could get eliminated very early in the match. If you get eliminated early, a lot of your rank points could get reduced. So when landing, try to land on a safe spot and avoid landing on busy spots such as peak and clock tower. And guys, when landing, try to land a bit far away from the plane line. If other enemies are also landing near your place, try to land on a gun. If you land on a gun, you can attack enemies who are searching for guns. If you guys are playing with your squad, I'd highly recommend one of you guys to use the Falco pet. That's because the Falco pet will increase the gliding and diving speed, so this can help your squad to land much faster. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 2. After you land on a good place, the next most important thing is to loot the important items such as a vest, a helmet, medkits and glue walls. Most of the time why players get eliminated quickly is because they rush their enemy without properly looting. If the enemy team has looted very well and your team hasn't, there's a high chance that they could take down your squad. Especially in the last zone, having enough glue walls and medkits can be very useful. So after you land, try your best to loot well before rushing your enemies. When choosing your guns in the match, try to equip guns that you know how to use very well. If you equip guns that you don't know how to use very well, the enemy might easily take you down, especially in short range. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 3. When playing, it's very important to focus on the map and your surroundings. Most players don't focus on the map and the surroundings and easily get eliminated by vehicles and danger zones. So when playing, try to focus on the minimap because it shows you important things such as incoming vehicles, danger zones, enemies that are firing nearby and etc. Another very important thing when playing is to wear headphones or earphones. These can help you to hear enemy footsteps very well. So guys, now let's get on to tip number 4. When you engage in a fight with an enemy, try to confuse your enemy by changing your location several times. If you stay in the same place after firing, it can be easy for the enemy to plan a strategy on how to rush and attack you. Another good way to confuse your enemy is to ask your teammates to fire at the enemy from different sides. If all your teammates fire from the same place, it could be easy for the enemy to defend himself, especially if he has a permanent cover. But if you guys attack the enemy from different sides, the enemy could have a hard time with defending himself. So guys, now let's move on to tip number 5. Vehicles can be very useful if you're planning on pushing your rank. You could quickly get from one place to another when using vehicles. A strategy that most players use to push their rank is by driving vehicles until the last zone. They quickly get from one safe zone to the other by driving. When they want to attack an enemy or get some loot, they get off the vehicle, and after they eliminate the enemy or get the loot, they quickly get onto the vehicle and get to the safe zone. If you're planning on using this strategy, I highly recommend that you guys use the Misha character skill. That's because Misha's skill increases the driving speed by 10% and the damage taken is also decreased by 20%. The cool thing about the Misha character skill is that when an enemy is firing at you, the default aim won't work that well on you when you drive vehicles. So it will be hard for your enemy to aim and attack you when you're driving vehicles when using the Misha character skill. If you don't use the Misha character skill, it could become very hard to push your rank using this strategy because the default aim might work very well on you. So it could be very easy for the enemy to attack you when you're driving. So I highly recommend that you use the Misha character skill if you're planning on using this strategy. In my opinion, the best vehicle to use for pushing your rank is the bike. Because of the size and speed of the bike, it could be much harder for the enemy to attack you. So guys, now let's get on to tip number 6. Another very useful character for pushing your rank is the K character. The K character has the ability to increase your EP and then convert it into HP. Compared to most of the other characters, the K character has the ability to survive outside the safe zone for a longer time. In my opinion, I think the K character is one of the best characters that can help you to push your rank in Battle Royale rank matches. I have already uploaded a dedicated video on the K character, so if you guys want to know tips and tricks on the K character, you guys can check it out after watching this video. So guys, now let's get on to tip number 7. Using a very powerful character combination can also help you to push your rank fast and win matches in Battle Royale rank matches. So now I'm gonna tell you guys one of the best character combinations that you guys could use in Battle Royale rank matches. The active character that we are gonna use in this character combination is the K character. Now for the first passive character, we are gonna use the Kelly character. For the second passive character, we are gonna use the Misha character. And now for the third passive character, we are gonna use the Maxim character. If you guys want a video on other character combinations for Battle Royale rank matches according to different playing styles, let me know that down in the comment section below. The 8th tip that I want to give you guys is to use Launchpads. There could be times where you don't have glue walls or medkits, but you have to get to the safe zone quickly and safely. So in such situations, the Launchpads can be very useful. Even if you are being chased by an enemy squad, you can quickly get to another place by using Launchpads. Launchpads can also be helpful to get into higher places in the map, which can be very useful for campers and snipers. The 9th tip that I want to give you guys is to use landmines. Many players collect landmines and they don't use them in matches. If you guys find any landmines in the match, try to place them on places such as loot boxes boxes and FF coins. If an enemy comes near them, they could get eliminated. So instead of just collecting and not using them in matches, try to place them in places where you could easily eliminate enemies. So guys, now let's get on to tip number 10. If you guys are planning on pushing your rank with squads, I highly recommend that you guys make a squad and appoint a leader. If you play with random players, especially in high rank lobbies, there's a high chance that your rank points could go down. That's because most of the time random players don't play together as a team. Most of them go in separate directions, and once you all get eliminated early on in the match, your rank points could go down. So instead of playing with random players, I highly recommend that you guys make a squad with your friends and appoint a leader. After you make the squad, make sure you guys have a good team coordination. Turn on the mic and talk to each other about things such as strategies and enemy locations while playing the match. Try to always follow the leader's instructions and play together as a team. As I said earlier, the K character can be very useful for pushing your rank in battle royale matches. So check out this video if you guys want to know 10 tips and tricks on how to use the K character in Free Fire.